If at first you don't succeed, you try and you try again. That precision turbo was just probably no good. What is this video about? That's right, the brand new turbo, the BCP500 Plus, is going to be the official turbo for my 2017 STI. We have a dyno appointment in about 28 hours from now. We have a lot of work to still do. I'm gonna get into the unboxing, but before I do, I wanna quickly give a shout out to everybody at BCP and most importantly, Tom. Thank you so much for answering all my dumb little questions on the phone. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to provide great customer service. And I wholeheartedly feel that the team at BCP is very passionate about their work. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the dyno tomorrow. And yeah, let's jump right into the video. So what's included when you buy a product from BCP? You get a checklist including all of the items included in the packaging. Here is our new oil feed line, our universal feed line for the brand new turbo for the STI, a cup holder, and I believe a Welch's fruit snack in here, which I'll be eating. A dope free t-shirt from Tom and the team from BCP. Awesome, I will definitely be changing into that for this video. Here's the star of the show, the BCPx500 Plus. Very excited to throw this onto the car, but there is one more item left, and what is it? What is it? What can you guys guess it is? It's a license plate frame. Pretty cool. Not my thing personally. I have a bunch of these from different companies, but it is pretty cool getting free stuff anyway. This is going to be a very unique video. A lot of the things I have stripped off the car already because I was trying to see if there was a clog anywhere post or pre-turbo when I was dealing with the issues. So we still have to pretty much reassemble everything. So I don't have headers on, I don't have an up pipe on, and this video is gonna mainly focus on the turbo installation. Now, the other thing, I wasn't sure if this was a journal bearing or a ball bearing turbo. However, they do something very similar to Force Performance where it says, for our X Series turbo, we do not suggest using the factory oil feed lines. So we're gonna have to find the instructions and install their feed line with the new fittings and lines that they provided. And on their instructions, it says, under any circumstance, do not use an oil restrictor in the feed line for our journal bearing turbos, because if you do, there's gonna be some really bad problems. So they just talk about their warranty and how all their turbos come with a 1-year unlimited mileage warranty. But of course, if you improperly install it or have any other issues like overheating, lack of lubrication, improper cooling down, they're not liable. That's an obvious thing. And just some common sense stuff. Make sure your oil feed line, drain lines are clear of debris. Make sure the turbo inlet is free of any debris. Prime the oiling system or the car before you fully turn it over. We're gonna be doing that anyway. And obviously, don't do dumb stuff. As far as our oiling configuration here, there are a couple different things I wanna go over. So you can replace this factory line all the way to this portion of the head. You can replace this whole thing and they give you pretty much everything needed. But I was actually just watching Josh Bader's video just to confirm, and they had an 07 STI, which they left that line since it wasn't in the way of anything. So I'm gonna be doing the same on my 17, because if it's good enough for Josh Bader, it's good enough for me. So we are gonna be replacing this fitting here that's on the back of the block for the ABCS. We're gonna be replacing, and then I'll show you guys how that looks when we end up routing it. I'm gonna put you on the stand, we're gonna do a time lapse, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like before and after. That way you guys hopefully don't feel lost. Here was our original ABCS fitting. So this goes to the back of the block there, and you have 2 copper crush washers and a banjo bolt, and then there is a little bolt holding this line onto the back of the head, and this is, I believe, a 10mm bolt. So you remove this little bolt first, and then you get a 17mm, and then you pretty much just unscrew the banjo bolt and this comes right out. So we have our new, I think 4AN fitting here right into the back of the block with a crush washer. And then we have our line here with this banjo bolt fitting that goes right into, I guess, this adapter. And then this is gonna go right on top of the turbo. Shout out to Josh Bader. I doubt he's ever gonna watch this video, but huge inspiration, definitely. Guy is a genius at Subaru, and hopefully one day we're building cool stuff just like him, because without him, would have been completely lost on this part, but we figured it out. Headers and up pipe are back on the car. Now, you may think that this is a concern, and to me it was. Honestly, I wasn't sure if that's gonna be okay, especially that 90-degree fitting sitting so close to the flange here for the up pipe. But look, there's still a little bit of play. This stock bracket perfectly still fits. I'm gonna mount the brackets supporting the up pipe to the chassis, to the head, as well as the transmission bell housing here / the block. I'll put you guys on the stand, I'll knock it out, and then I will show you guys what it looks like before we mount the turbo. We have our oil return line back in. We secured it with the other butterfly clamp. This one is just hanging out until we fit the turbo. So right now we have our new gasket on the up pipe. We secured the bolts and nuts on the right-hand side and left-hand side bracket that mount the up pipe to the car. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mount the turbo. So you just pretty much line up the studs, but also most importantly, try to get the oil return line in first, and then the studs should follow, and then that's pretty much it. We are ready to install the rest of the lines onto the turbo, and then we still have to lubricate it. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. It's pretty simple, but yeah, I love how this looks already, and hopefully my package is very close to getting delivered because we'll be back with a surprise. Out of excitement, I forgot to mention, we still have to tighten the up pipe to turbo flange with these nuts right here. There's two on this side, and there's one more that you guys can't see from this angle. That's right behind the exhaust side where the down pipe would mount. So we're gonna tighten that, and then we'll reconnect the lines, and then we'll go pick up that new package. I got home and the FedEx driver is not there yet, but I found him on the map, on the delivery map, so we're gonna go chase him down. Woo, we found the FedEx truck. But joke's on you guys. I already got the package. The Tomei turbo inlet is here. Let's go back to the unit and install this thing. Brand new turbo inlet from Tomei came in with the fittings. Everything is brand new, ready to rock and roll. We got some stickers and instructions, but I already know how to install this. Feels very good quality, and yeah, we're just gonna keep going. I still have a lot to do, but we're getting very close. Let's put you guys back on the stand, and then we're gonna keep going. I got the coolant line into the bottom of the turbo. We are going to prime the turbo. I don't know if this is correct, but Grimspeed does this on their JB400, which is a journal bearing turbo. This is where the oil feed line is gonna go. You're just going to take a little bit of engine oil, put it down this hole, and then spin the turbine as you do that. Now we're gonna get one of these banjo bolts with 2 copper crush washers. So it's gonna be banjo bolt, fitting, copper crush washer, tighten it down. All right, and then let's tighten this down. You don't want to over torque this thing. Our oil feed line is on. It's a little dark, but all the studs on the bottom of the turbo are now secure. This coolant line that goes to the bottom of the turbo is now on the turbo also. We still have to put our downpipe and exhaust back on. And yeah, coming very, very close to being done. This is probably the last part you guys are gonna see, since this has to do with the turbo. And you guys have already seen me do this a million times. Now I'm capping this port off because I don't have an evap solenoid anymore, and same goes with this, you don't really need it, so I'm just gonna cap it off, and then we have a breather for the new fittings that are gonna go to our 3-port boost controller up here. That's awesome, and they color match too, I love that. It is the next day, our dyno appointment is 4 hours from now, and here is the STI. I reinstalled everything back on the car, and if you guys want to see any specific part of the install, make sure to check out my channel. I have installs covering everything here: the downpipe, the intake, turbo inlet, intake manifold, blow-off valve, front mount intercooler. I mean, I have it all. So let's focus on the turbo inlet, the turbo, and the boost control solenoid, which yours may be right here in front of the intake manifold. I'm not using this one, so I'm just capping it off. This one goes to your evap solenoid, which I don't have, capped off, and then this goes to the top left port of the AOS, and this one goes to the top right port of the AOS here. Now going to the boost control solenoid here. So you have ports 1, 2, and 3. Port number 1, you usually run this to the turbo inlet, which is right here, but you can just vent this to atmosphere, it's fine. So I just have a breather fitting on it. And then port number 2, I believe, goes to the wastegate. So it goes right there. And then port number 3 right here goes to your turbo, which is on the compressor, which is right here. Kind of hard to see with the lighting. So guys, that's pretty much the entire install. Now let's go ahead and prime the car. I wanted to do that with you guys on video, but it's pretty straightforward. Honestly guys, I am a bit nervous. I don't know why, maybe because we have the dyno in like 3-4 hours from now, but here's how we're gonna prime it. So I'm gonna put my foot all the way down on the gas, and then I put my foot all the way down on the clutch, and we're just going to turn the key like if we're gonna start it, but we're gonna hold both of the pedals down. We're gonna do that for about 3 cycles. Hopefully everything goes well. We're about to start the car. Check engine light. That's the cold start right there for speed density. All right, just a quick disclaimer. Check engine light's gone. I cleared it, but let me explain. I did not plug in the passenger side TGV for the fuel pressure final, so it was reading 0, and that's obviously why I threw a code. I think we're good. I'm going to pretty much go on a little test drive, and then I'll let you guys know.